See that you made it. Love your haircut there. That's some good stuff. Hey, crush your head. Crush your head. Crush. I guess you have to be a Saturday Night Live from the '70s viewer to know that one. Then we got Matthew Sylvia out there. Good to see you, Matt. And he thinks Bitcoin looks good. There's a smart man right there. All right. Michael saying, you need to buy Ravencoin. So I want to talk about this. You brought up a point, and since somebody has mentioned it, I've been mining Ravencoin. It was out about 2 weeks before I got a chance to get into it. And I've been mining it since. Off and on. And it was a, quote, fair startup, and there's nobody, quote, that owns it. It's, decentralized. Obviously, there are some big players in it. You guys know who they are. It's basically Bitcoin with the capability of asset control. Assets meaning securities and non-securities. So you can have the Ravencoin itself is a fungible coin, but you can secure on the Ravencoin network and put your own category of item in there. And the concept behind it is to be able to these guys were into the stock market, and the concept behind it was, hey, there's nothing out there that lets us convert a stock and put it in as a coin. Let's create that, and that's what they did with Ravencoin. So, Ravencoin allows a company to go in and say, we're going to create the digit spin coin on segment on Ravencoin. And we're going to have 100,000 or 1 million of them, and to provide the ability to give those out or to sell those. Now, with stocks, the problem lies is that most of the companies don't know who owns the stock, so they have to hire companies to go out there to find out so they can send out voting to those people. And if you have it with the bank, and then you would earn earnings, or if there's a dividend or what have you. So Ravencoin built that into it. And theoretically, a company, if they filed as a security and said, we want to raise capital, but we want to do it with an STO instead of a public stock offering, they could literally put it on Ravencoin and sell once they clear the FDA and get approved as a security, and put it on Ravencoin and say they have 21 million coins, and then they can sell those to raise capital to run a business. They're going to have to obviously work just like any public company would, with reports and accounting and what have you. But instead of trading pieces of paper at Charles Schwab or JP Morgan, you could buy the coins off the Ravencoin. It's similar to Polymath, except Ravencoin is decentralized. Nobody owns it. And I think that may give it the, quote, Bitcoin edge. Now, I think Ravencoin is speculative. I believe that there's an opportunity here, though, because there's no doubt in my mind, my little brain, that at some point it won't make sense to raise capital with an IPO. That you'll be able to do it with an STO, and you'll be able to easily interact with people that own a piece of the company because Ravencoin lets you send out voting to everybody that owns a share or a coin in that company, and you can vote. And Ravencoin lets them, if they made $1 million and there's 1 million coins out there, they can send $1 to each one, of value to each one of the folks that own the coins, so they can earn a dividend. There is no doubt in my mind this will be the future, the next plateau that's going to make cryptocurrencies go berserk. Just like the STOs of 2017, excuse me, the ICOs of 2017 made it crazy. When they start offering, quote, stocks as coins, an STO, securities traded, you're going to see a huge influx of funding going into these things. Now, a company could either create their own blockchain and create this stuff and go forth and conquer. They could put it on the Ravencoin network or a Polymath network and run it that way. And I saw a really good opportunity for Ravencoin, so that's the reason why I'm not selling my Ravencoin. I'm going to hold on to it. I think that Ravencoin has a significant value, and let me tell you why. You got Binance listing it and investing in it. Overstock, the guys with Medici Ventures, they're doing a lot with it, and I think there's going to be some behind the scenes things going on that you're going to be surprised one day that this company is going to release on Ravencoin. The one thing that gets me nervous about Ravencoin is that it's completely open source. So if a big company, McDonald's, wanted to do this, would they put their stock onto Ravencoin or their coins onto Ravencoin? Or would they just copy all the code and release their own blockchain? And release their own. Problem lies is that nobody's gonna want to earn. There's no way for them to reward the miners to carry it. So then that means it becomes a centralized environment. So it's a possibility they may have their own centralized environment that you can interact with and sell and buy McDonald's coins. So that's the one thing that gets me nervous. There's some game theory that has to go on there. Whether a company would take the risk on putting it on an open platform or duplicate it, which would just fork it and start it fresh and put their stuff on it, and it becomes their own blockchain. So, but they would have to. It would have to obviously be very centralized. They would have to control it, and that may make sense for it. So I'm very torn on the future of Polymath and Ravencoin. And Ravencoin specifically, I still haven't thought it through completely, but I clearly see a huge benefit for Ravencoin, and I could see significant breakout value in Ravencoin. And on the other side, I can see Ravencoin disappearing or just kind of be out there, and nothing exciting or important ever gets put on it except for some gaming stuff and you know, general assets. So because it just gets forked and they create their own environment for those companies. So I'm very torn on the matter. We'll see what happens. All right, sorry guys, Ravencoin really intrigues me, and it could go major. It could go either way very easily with it. So that's my thought on it. But at the moment, I like Ravencoin. Okay, I've liked it for the last year.